Alrighty, everybody, we are back again with the Alpha Male Show. And we got exciting news for you tonight. We have our finalists at the Alpha Madness tournament. We have the lovely, the vivacious, the veteran herself, the girl who rescues exotic animals and exotic people as well. We have Jen Garrett edging out Julie Angelina Lorendi Giovinazzo by just a couple of votes. Came down to the wire, over 900 votes in that particular category. The two of them really went all out all week. And at the end of the day, it was Jen Garrett standing with the victory. She will be going up against the very young, the very vivacious, the sexy, the girl who I'd like to lick the tattoos off her body, Stacia Diana. I love them both. They're both gorgeous women. I can't wait to see what this week brings. And they will be winning the Alfie right here, the Alfie. This will be the Alfie's last time belonging to me. In another week's time, it'll still be with us here, but it will belong to the winner of the Alpha Madness tournament, which comes down to Jen Garrett and Stacia Diana. Jen had to go through the combination of Joe Carney and Rich McDonald, Lacey, the Hurricane Rain, and Julie Angelina Lorendi Giovinazzo to get to the finals. Stacia Diana defeated Chauncey Hayden, the man winning the universe, Dane Hansen, and this week, the lovely, the goddess who walks among us, Aria Moon. So that's where we're at this week in the Alpha Male Finals. Make sure everybody gets in. Get your votes in this week. They're very important votes. Looking forward to it. Let's see who's here. I got Jay Santos in the house. My boy Edgar Guardia. Edgar, what's going on, my brother? Edward Farrell, Todd Rex, and the Ventosos are here. Danielle and Joey, what's going on, brothers and sister? Good to see you. Darlene's in the house. All right, let's start off by wishing everyone. I hope everyone had a great Easter this past Sunday. I know I spent most of my time sleeping. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Good to see you, darling. Gerardo Russo. Gerardo. Jerry. Gerardo. I never know what to call you people. Apparently we have a phone caller. Not yet, but there's a phone caller on the line for some unknown reason. I don't know what Gene's doing, but hey, he's our engineer. We just let him go. It's best to just let Gene go and do whatever he wants. All right. Wish everyone a happy Easter. I want to tell you, while I was Eastering it up over the last week, I stopped down to in Lyndhurst, New Jersey, to watch my boys at the North Jersey Alliance Football Club take on a bunch of the Ukrainian Rockets, I think their name was, or something to that effect. I didn't notice any Ukrainians on that team. I thought they were all from Peru, but what do I know? They were cheap. They threw low blows. They were cheap shot artists, but in the end, my boys from North Jersey Alliance Football Club gave them a 1-0 shellacking and came out on top. So they're in first place in their group, whatever group that might be. So my boys at North Jersey, good to see you. Drusella, what do you mean see me next week? You get your ass in the car and you get down here. Who's going to answer our questions? Crying out loud. Drusella's already taken off from the next show. Criminies. What's the world coming to? All right. I got a whole bunch of stuff for you. Let's. I'm going to stick with the Alpha Madness for a couple of minutes here. The updates are phenomenal. The tournament was phenomenal this week. Over 900 votes came in for Jen and Julie. They really put it all out on the line. They laid it out, and they tried their best. I appreciate it. I can't tell you what it means to me when I go through the effort to put the tournament together, name people alphas, both male and female, and when I get this kind of a turnout on the semifinals, it makes all the effort worth the effort. Makes all the work worth the effort, or something to that effect. Something. What I'm saying is I appreciate you girls going all out, getting everybody to vote, getting the name of the show out there. The Alpha Male Show, HamiltonRadio.net. I'm thrilled that you girls are in. I can't wait for this week. Stacy and Diana against Jen Garrett. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight between two very lovely ladies. I'd actually rather see that live in a ring of mud, to be honest with you, or Jell-O. Probably Jell-O, because I could eat the Jell-O. But it's going to be a good week for the finals, and winner gets the trophy, gets the $200 in gift cards, and we get to discuss how we're going to have you in my movie, and probably both going to be in my movie. I'm going to get as many people in my movie as I can. I'm in the process of raising funds for that. I have some really great ideas for that, and I'll reveal them as they get closer and it's more solid. I don't want to give you a bunch of different ideas. The North Jersey Alliance Football Club, their next game is at 8:30 p.m. at the Lyndhurst Rec Field. If you're in the area, I'd like to see you come down and root my boys at North Jersey on. The Alliance themselves, I'm going to try and make it down there. I don't think I have anything going on, but it's Wednesday. And between Wednesday and Saturday, a lot can come up. Hopefully strippers. Okay, I'm getting asked a lot since the Alpha tournament has started, and along the way, I've made a lot of new friends, and people are asking me, how do I become Alpha of the week? How do I get into the tournament? How do I get into the next tournament? Well, I'll tell you what, there is a criteria. It's not just a pretty face, because let's face it, if it was just a pretty face, I would be the Alpha every week. What do you got to do to be the Alpha? What do you got to do to be an Alpha? What are you doing in your life? I've had people give me their resumes, tell me, hey, I've won this tournament, I won that thing, I've done this, I've done that, and all that is definitely great. Some of you people have actually come to me, like for instance, Paul Bailey is an exotic dancer, a male exotic dancer. He's come to me. He's given me his resume. He says, "Hey, I want to become Alpha Male of the Week with my dog Jericho or Zeus. His dog's name is Zeus. He's got this little furry snowball thing that he calls Zeus. Looks like a dirty snowball. It's a black and white little thing." And he asked me, "How do I become Alpha of the Week?" He tells me, I've won 13 of these. I'm going to win 14th exotic male dancer of the year in July and all that stuff. And I'll tell you what, Paul, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't gone to a male exotic dancer to be the Alpha, but I will tell you this, before you mentioned all your criteria and everything, just from knowing all our mutual friends, Jen, Simone, Lacey, all the girls, I've heard nothing but good things about you, and you were already on the list of people who may very well in the near future be named an Alpha. I do sort through several different candidates every week. This week we won't have one because we'll be doing the finals, but next week we will be starting up and adding people, be naming Alpha Male and Females of the Week again starting next week, along with our overall Alfie winner. It's not my son's birthday, Darlene, but hey, that's fine. What's going on, Donna? Good to see you, Donna Nix. Always a pleasure. Liking everybody who's here. It's nice to see everybody. But there's a lot of people you might not think you're on the radar, but you are. If you want to reach out and tell me, hey, I think I should be an Alpha for this reason, feel free to reach out. I'm always listening. I'll always consider. And some of you might be reaching out and going, hey, please consider me, and I'm already considering you, like in the case of Paul Bailey. Joe Sarnoski in the house. Good to see you, Joe. I miss you, kid. How you been? I miss the whole family. Kiss the kids and give my ex-sister-in-law a hug. Mr. Scardino in the house. What's going on there, Aunt? Mets Phil's going at it today. I'm hoping to God the Phillies lose 162 games so they fire Gabe Kapler. His bullpen is already done for the season. They've pitched, there's 4 games in. The Phillies bullpen has pitched 172 innings. So I'm going to bring up something. I know Mets were live on Facebook today. I tried watching it, but they were getting rained out. Live games on Facebook is pretty cool because I always got my phone with me. I'm in the car a lot, traveling back and forth. So live games on Facebook is awesome. I'll be able to watch games I wouldn't necessarily be able to watch. But while I was trying to watch earlier today, while I was at work, instead of working, I was trying to watch the Met-Philly game because I'm a Philly fan, sadly enough. But this year, I think I'm going to root for the Mets because the Philly season is over already. It's been over since March 3rd. It was actually over last season. Yeah, they're a rough team to watch, and I got to tell you, it's not easy watching the Phillies. I'll be honest, I don't know anybody on that team. I know about 3 or 4 guys, and the guys who are on that team are not good. The coach is not good. I don't understand. You're in that division. You got to compete with the Expos, and until they win a World Series, the Washington Nationals will be referred to as the Expos by me because you can move them anywhere in the country you'd like. They're still the Montreal Expos until they prove me wrong, and they haven't. Yeah, I do have a hard time watching the Phillies this year. I'll be watching the Mets. I hope the Mets can stay healthy. If I got to root for a team in that division other than the Phillies, it's the Mets. I can't stomach the Braves. 14 years of winning the division and 1 World Series. They were a complete embarrassment. The Expos will always be the Expos. And now that the Marlins are owned by the Yankees half-breed, and he's obviously going to be their farm system to funnel them talented players so he can finish in last place, then, I'm not going to be rooting for the Marlins either. Darlene, tell Steve I said hello. It's always good to see you guys. Darlene, I love the Phillies too, but I got to be honest with you. I don't know I can go another 2 decades before our team is any good again. I was a long wait from 1980 to 2008. And I don't know I got that kind of time left to do it again. I might have to start rooting for, like, the Reds or something because I can't do this again. I can't watch them haphazardly throw pieces together that just don't meld with hacky, unproven coaches and everything else. Hey, my girl Marlene Ramos in the house. What's going on, Marlene? Always good to see you. Glad to see you're healthy and happy. As always, I hope everything's well. I think your son had a birthday coming up. Tell Robert I said happy birthday. I'm sure Samaya is doing well. Tom Montefusco in the house. You're here to lay a challenge out to my boy Andrew Anderson. We can lay it out right here on the air. Tom Montefusco into Andrew Anderson. Rescue Mania 2 isn't that far away. Me and my buddy Crowbar are feverishly working on a second card. We're talking. We're in discussions about what we're going to do. And I got to be honest, Crowbar is a brilliant wrestling mind. And what he's got planned coming up is it's all great stuff. People are going to love it. Okay, I'm going to go on a rant about something. I know you people love when I rant. And I'm going to rant here for a minute. I work up in the Mahwah, New Jersey area, for those of you familiar with Mahwah. And, oh, wait, hang on. Marlene, always nice to see me. Thank you for shouting out my baby boy's birthday and saying hi to Samaya. I love your kids, Marlene. I always have. We've always been close, you and I, and ever since we don't work together anymore. Still waiting for you to tell me when we're going out. That's... we can only wait so long. I am the alpha male. I'm very famous here. I don't like to brag. Who am I kidding? I love bragging. Me and you are going out very soon. You just set a date aside. Sometime as soon as it stops snowing out for 3 minutes. When it stops snowing and raining, which may be never. The world may come to an end. If so, they're going to need 2 people on the ark, and that's going to be me and you. Know what I mean? But anyway, I brought my car in for a wheel alignment, all right? Pretty simple. I went to Mavis. The reason I went there is I work, like 3 doors down from on the Franklin Turnpike. 67 Franklin Turnpike is where the Mavis Discount Tire is located. I brought my car in for a wheel alignment. I'm going to read you what these, I don't want to call them gentlemen. I think I'm going to use the word cocksuckers. We go to, I bring my car in. I say, hey, listen, I need a wheel alignment. They say, sure, fine, no problem. I get back there at 4:30. I drop it off at 12:30. I get back after work at 4:30. And they have the nutsack to tell me, hey, now, first off, the guy who comes out with a clipboard, this douche nozzle with his clipboard, and he's not even man enough to bring the tire out by himself. He has to have one of his guys carry the tire out. So the guy takes the tire, he puts it on the ground in front of me, and he's trying to fashion it to me like he's Vanna friggin' White, just showing me the bubble in my tire. And he goes, well, sir, this tire is no good anymore, and the other 2 tires on your car are no good. You only have one that's any good, and you need a brake. Your brakes are a little worn down. They got to get replaced. And I'm like, why you? I stop him right there. Now, here's where I lose my cool. Why are you looking at my brakes? Well, he gives me the answer. Well, everything's off your car. Why is everything off my car? I told you to do a wheel alignment. You take the car, you put it on the machine, it aligns the wheels, you move on with life. You didn't need to take the tires off my car. You sure as hell didn't need to look at my brakes. And I sure as hell wouldn't let overcharging rip-off hacks like you guys work on my car. I simply went to you and said, hey, do a wheel alignment. That's all I told the guy at the front desk. I said, all I need is a wheel alignment. I'm looking at the bill here, and I'm going to read it off to you. Customer states, check front end. I never stated that. Customer states, check shocks. The customer never stated that. Customer states, check tires. I never said that. Customer did not state that. Customer states, check brakes. I didn't state check brakes either. I wouldn't let those hacks anywhere near my brakes. By the way, somebody slammed on their brakes. I was doing 80 on 287 today, trying to get to the show. Somebody slams on the brakes in front of me. I stepped on my brakes. Guess what happened? My car stopped. Customer states check front end. Apparently, I said it twice. I never said it once. You lying hosebags. How dare you take all this stuff and tell me, well, this is what you asked of us, and this is what you said. And that's not at all what I said. Now here's the kicker. I go to a place, and I'm flipping through this notebook because I lost the 2 business cards that the guy gave me. So I'm going to look it up right now. So just, talk amongst yourselves while I act like I know what I'm doing here. Because I'm just a total mess. But let me tell you, I got to tell you, I spelt it wrong. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to talk while I'm typing.
You have to wait for Paul Veneer to come in.
Paul Veneer, he has his own segment. It's called Eating with Paul Veneer. Lyndhurst Board of Education. I asked for a tire place that brings up Lyndhurst Board of Education. Listen, here it is. Hang on. I went after Mavis. After Mavis made a total disaster. You're right, Danielle. They do suck. They're a bunch of hose bags. I wanted to punch that guy in his little douchebag face. And I wanted to take his Vanna White friend and throw him through the window. I told him, put the tires back on my car. I'll bring it to where I told him, I said, don't worry about it. I said, I got a guy who will give me tires. Because I'm not letting you do it. He was a man. If the people at Mavis, and here it is, if they were men, if they were true alphas, they would have came out and said, look, you don't really need a wheel alignment. This tire and that tire are a little worn. The one's got a bubble in it. It's probably the cause of your front end shaking. I would have said, fine, put the tires on the car. I would have got the 2 front tires, and I would have brought it back next week and got the wheel alignment done. Okay? Instead, he's trying to beat me out of money by lying to me and telling me, oh, your brakes need work, this needs work, trying to upcharge me, you unprofessional hacks. This is why people like you are the problem. And here's the thing. When I tell people about this, everyone goes, oh, that's what all those places do. All these places do that. They always, you know what? Screw that. They do it because they get away with it. The Better Business Bureau should step in. They know what goes on. Everybody knows what goes on. But all these government bureaucrats back these corporations because these corporations buy and sell these people. Well, let me tell you something. I went and I got 2 tires at a place called Eddie Yoli's Tire Shop in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. It's at 267 Ridge Road. If you get a chance, go in there. Tell Eddie, it's always Eddie in there because his wife doesn't change the tires. She's just on the logo. She does the business end. He's out there changing the tires. He's a good time guy. He's a good old-fashioned kind of guy. He's got a jack. He's got a garage. He's got tires in the garage. He's got a place to change. He's got a little machine that changes the tires. He balances them, and he puts them on your car. He doesn't rip you off. I got 2 tires, $104. These guys want to charge me $100 for 1 tire. It's like $115, $120 a tire. I wanted to punch that kid in his face. If it was 10 years ago, I would have punched him in his face when you used to be able to get away with things like that. But they put all these gay laws in place that you can't punch a guy like that in the face. A guy like that needs to be punched in the face because that's how you stop guys like that from doing underhanded, backhanded things like that. There was a guy in there before me, this older gentleman who was all senile. They bring him in there, and they let this poor guy goes, oh, I want to thank you. You guys helped me out so much. I guarantee you they took that guy, they roasted him over the coals, and made themselves out to look like superheroes. Like they did him a big favor. You tried ripping me off. I didn't let you. You probably ripped that poor guy off, and God knows how many other people you ripped off in the process. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. That's horrible business practices. Mavis Discount Tire, Marlboro, New Jersey. If you get the chance, you need a tire, don't go in there. Don't ever go in there. Of course, I sound like Joe. We went to the same high school. Jen Garrett in the house. What's going on, Jen? Congratulations on your victory over Julie Angelina Lorendi Giovinazzo. Very nice, Jen. Here's the Alfie sitting here just waiting for you to claim it at the end of next week if you can take out my girl Stacy and Diana. It's going to be a great battle. I think we're in some good stuff. Sandra DeBrito in the house. What's going on, Sandra? Good to see you. You missed the plugs I gave our boys at North Jersey Alliance Football Club for their big victory. You also missed me ranting about Mavis. And while I'm at it, I got another one I'm going to rant about since I'm just on a roll here about my car. I used to go to this place called the Carney Auto Spa. I used to bring my car in there, and it was nice. You get an oil change, you get a free car wash. So I said, fantastic. Christian practicing at LHS. I'd love to see you come for it. It'll save me the mailing of it, Jen. I'll tell you what. You show up here in Jersey, I don't have to mail it to you. But that's all right. We already got that ready, all ready to go. And it will be shipped out to the winner next Friday. The winner will get the trophy next Friday. It will be here with me next Wednesday. Friday it will be shipped out. You'll have it by the following week. Other than that, we'll have a lot to discuss, but we're going to see who's going to get the victory there, Jen. I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for Stacy. I love you both. I love everybody in the tournament. So, but it's down to the finals, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. Now back to the Carney Auto Spa. These people, I would bring my car in, I get an oil change, they wash the car. Fair enough. First time I go in there, they tell me, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Now you just pull the car in. They don't do anything. You don't get out of the car. You pull in. They're underneath the car. They're in the pit. They change your oil from underneath, and you just drive on out, drive around, go through the car wash. They come to me. They go, listen, all these filters, you need these filters to get changed. I'm thinking to myself, hang on. You're telling me a filter in my glove compartment has to get changed. You're underneath the car. How do you know what's going on in my glove compartment? I didn't even know there was a filter in my glove compartment. But apparently there was. Because they pulled it out and it was black. So I said, okay, replace it. It's fine. So I got my filters replaced and I left. I come back the next time. I get everything done. And, hey, wait. Everybody, real quick before I continue with the tournament, the Comedy Tornado Paul Veneer is here. So any minute he should be sticking his head in front of the camera. I rewatched last week's show. There was a 10, 15-second segment where I'm talking. The only thing I saw was Paul Veneer's head. That's true. But anyway, as I was saying, I go back to Carney Auto Spa for the second time, and they tell me I need an engine flush. I said, what's an engine flush? They go, we have to flush all the fluids out of your engine. I said, that's called an oil change. I said, I know all the fluids in my engine. None of them have to get flushed. Okay, you're telling me I need brake fluid, I need trans fluid, power steering. What are you telling me I need? Well, you need an engine flush. Wait a minute. I have to give you an extra $100 for something called an engine flush. You don't even know what it is. Are you out of your mind? I am not giving you an extra $100 for an engine flush when you can't even tell me what an engine flush is. So we're not flushing anything out of the engine. Go screw yourself. So I stopped going there. I go back to the 10-minute oil change place, which I'm not a fan of using, but it is only 10 minutes and my oil's getting changed. So I go with that. Louis Texador in the house. My main man Crowbar in the house. We're just talking about the potential for Rescue Mania 2 there, Crowbar. Very excited for it. Very excited. Okay. I'm pretty much done ranting about my car. I get a little upset when people screw around with my car because, after all, it is my car. And my car does take a beating. It's a 2014. I have 135,000 miles on it because I drive the hell out of that thing. And the last thing I want is some lowlife loser taking my car and screwing around with it. All right? I tell you to fix something on it, that's what you fix. You don't decide. You don't get to decide, I need all these other things done with my car. I'll tell you what needs to get done with my car. Chris Ford is trapped in Orlando. It's been raining for 4 days, and you're crying about being stuck in Orlando? Stay there another week. Don't even come home. You own your own business. I'll show up. I'll adjust a few people's backs. I said, I'll show up. I'll get out in pain. We'll throw some people in bear hugs. They'll be fine. You guys just stay in Orlando until this ridiculous weather up here comes back. It's going to snow again on Friday. You don't want to be here. Stay in Disney, body slam a mouse, throw a drop kick. You don't want to come back. I know I don't want to come. I want to come down with you. I might just get in my car and drive there with the brakes that I don't need because I just got an oil change. I got 2 new tires on the front. And I didn't have to get a wheel alignment, so screw you, Mavis. Screw you, Mavis, a mile wide, 67 Franklin Turnpike. I hope someone comes there and spits in all your mechanics' faces, especially that Vanna White-looking son of a bitch who's out there showing me his tires like he's showing me the letter X. Friggin' assholes. Holy cow, my face hurts. All right. Now it's 7:30. You know what that means? It is one of our favorite segments, Eating with Paul Veneer. As he sits here and tortures me with food while I have another half hour to go on the show. Yeah, just move the Alfie out of the way. It's fine. There you go. Jen Garrett's watching. Don't be handling her trophy too much. She had an excellent week. Jen Garrett put up 450 votes to Angelina Lorendi Giovinazzo's 410 votes.
Wow.
What a wild, wacky week that was.
And who won, though? She did, right? Australia?
Well, Jen Garrett had 450 votes.
Okay.
Angelina Lorendi Giovinazzo had 410.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what country you're from.
I wasn't counting.
And maybe in Australia.
And everything's upside down there, though.
Everything's upside down. The
okay.
toilet's flushed the other way, so maybe that's a win. But here in America, we're using American rules.
Okay.
USA American rules. Jen Garrett got the victory.
All right.
Edging her out.
So you don't have to fly all the way to Australia.
I don't have to fly her in from Australia. Although, honestly, if she comes in, I'll still throw her in the movie.
Good.
I'll put her in the interview with Paul segment.
Today we have eggplant parmesan and ziti with like a vodka type sauce, Italian bread, and strombolis.
Nice. I like a good stromboli.
That's what she said.
But hey, you're here in time for the plugs. So, as you see Paul Veneer eating, boy, I segued into that wrong because that's not from Josie's. That's Animal House Radio's plugs. This is my plugs. So go to Josie's Pizzeria, 201-933-1966 at 228 Stuyvesant Ave. Or go to josie'spizzeria.com. If you go in there, you get the home of the 40-inch pizza, the Fat Boy sandwich, whatever you want. You can get pizza, food, sandwiches, veal. He's got it all. Just tell him Ed from the Alpha Male Show sent you, and he'll probably upcharge you a couple
What's on a Fat Boy?
Fat Boy is a French fry, mozzarella stick, chicken finger sandwich all mashed together in one big sandwich. Oh, it's fantastic. If I eat a whole one, I have a slight heart attack.
I was going to say.
Yes. Gluten-free stromboli. What's wrong with you? Come on, Crowbar. You need more gluten in your life. When did wheat become bad? It's wheat. Wheat's always been good. You have wheat bread. Now wheat bread is bad? Keith Why Not in the house. What's up there, Mr. Why Not? Good to see you, sir. Okay, also, North Jersey Alliance Football Club. Go to their Facebook page. Check them out this Saturday, 8:30 p.m. They will be at the Lyndhurst Rec Center taking on another foreign national team. Like this week, they took on the Ukraine. They got a 1-0 victory. Took first place. Apparently, they're first place in their group. I don't know what group that is. I don't know if it's like a group or a Groupon ticket. Got weak jeans. Well, get Levi's for crying out loud, Chris. But check out North Jersey Lions Football Club. Well, you missed the whole rant on Mavis.
Oh, you got a blowout?
No, I got a blowjob is what I got. Trying to lie to me about friggin' all the shit that's wrong with my car. Those lying cocksuckers. I didn't believe a word of them. They tried ripping me off. You missed the whole rant. If I go on again, I'll pass out.
I kind of get the idea.
You have no idea.
So you can't wait to go back.
So if you're in Atlantic City, go to the Atlantic City Comedy Club. Get your tickets at acjokes.com. Shows going on every night of the week. I think 10 shows a week are going on. I've lost count. So if you're down in AC, go to acjokes.com. If you need studio time, and I don't know where, because I haven't gone to the website yet, I'm a little lazy on it. And this is really Gene's. This is Gene's sponsor, not mine, really. But I plug him because I like Gene, and he's crazy. But go to 2btbmusic.com.
What's that? Say it again.
2B, the number 2, the letter B, the letter T, the letter B, music.com.
BTB.
So if you get to second base, you'll get tuberculosis, basically.
2BTB.
There you go. 2btbmusic.com for all your studio needs. Fellas, I know March is past, but if your girl took care of you on Steak and Blowjob Day, which is March 14th, go to GiselleBella.com. Get them little fuzzy bunny things she made last week, them snow bellas, whatever she calls them. She makes everything handmade, jewelry, all that stuff. It's awesome. Laura Gallon in the house. What's going on, Laura? Good to see you and your husband, Jeff, who I'm sure isn't far behind. If I was him, I wouldn't leave your side either. Dixon, what's going on? You did a great job in net the other night. Nice throwing a shutout against that Ukrainian team full of Peruvians. Monday nights. from 7 to 9, the Uncomfortably Funny podcast I was just on this week, ranting about Mavis. 7 to 9 at Pet Cemetery Studios with David Hodjanowski, Anthony Ennis, and Shay Farrell. Paul likes to call him Shay Farrell for some reason. I don't.
You do. I don't call him that.
Eat your food. Also tonight, Animal House Radio from 8:30 to 10:30. Check out myself, Paul Veneer, Carlo Valerio. Gisela Bella's not here because she's bagging out on us. I don't know if Shay and Dave are coming in, but probably, maybe, allegedly. Who knows? But we'll be interviewing Michael Sweet, and we'll have special guest Mike Marino in the house. Always good to see Mike. Can't wait for him to get here. And all of this is brought to you right here at HamiltonRadio.net. Your home for, well, pretty much everything.
Tires.
I'd rather get tires from here than from Mavis Discount Center at 67 Franklin Turnpike in Marlboro, New Jersey, where they rip off their customers because they're a bunch of deadbeat fags. With that little douche, I can't carry the tire. I have to have someone bring the tire out with me because I don't want to get my hands dirty because it might hurt my little hands. I had to give him a smack in his face just to smack the glasses off his face. What a homo.
So you didn't have a good experience.
It wasn't too bad. I've had worse.
They used to be STS. They bought out all the STSs.
Yeah, they did a great job. They should go back to STS. They should burn all their places to the ground. Mavis Discount Tire, them lowlives. Go to Eddie Yoli's at 267 Ridge Road in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. That's the kind of guy you want working on your tires. Know why? Because he sells you tires. He doesn't lie to you. He doesn't tell you you need stuff that you don't need. He's not a fink. He's not a phony. He's a good guy. He's looking out. Him and his wife own a small little business. They got a garage. He's got a jack and some tires. And he changes your tires because he's a real man, not like that lowlives at Mavis Discount Tire. I hope someone from Mavis is listening, and I hope they go in, and I hope they smack their boss in the mouth tomorrow because that's what they deserve. How you doing, Sandy? Shouldn't you be cooking dinner for Gene? The guy's starving. That's all right. What do you mean don't say that?
We have tons of food out there.
For crying out loud, you're eating Wendy's. Chris, Eddie Yoli's is awesome. If you need, like, just a couple of tires, cheap price, good price, quick service, Eddie Yoli, go there. Tell him I sent you. He's a good guy. Really is.
So he doesn't sell raviolis.
If you ever get back from Florida, which I don't know why you're coming back to all this rain and snow, but I would be out there. I'd hit Pluto with a Hurricane if I were you. That's what I would do.
Wouldn't Eddie
Yes, Rocco. Mavis is out. In fact, if you see a Mavis, stop in, spit on the guy at the counter, and tell him I said it's from me, and then leave.
Eddie Oli should have like an Italian restaurant called Eddie Oli's Ravioli.
That'd be great, except I don't think they're Italian.
Oh, okay. That'd be a great name, Eddie Oli Ravioli.
Well, Yoli happens to be his wife's name.
Oh, okay.
She does the business end of everything. Oh, look, we got a picture of somebody.
Did I get one this time?
Hey, it's Terry Kaiser from Weekend at Bernie's. He's still dead, folks.
He's got a great face. What a great face.
That is a good face. Of course, nobody noticed the 75 bullet holes in his chest while they were saying, "Hey, how you doing, Bernie? How come you?" No one ever said, "How come there's 14 bullet holes in your shirt?" No, that never dawned on anyone to answer.
There's no bullet holes in comedy.
There's no crying in baseball. You missed the whole baseball rant when I went nuts on the Phillies.
Oh, your favorite team.
They got that 12-year-old manager who doesn't know the first thing about baseball. We've played 5 games. My pitching staff has already thrown, the relief pitching staff, the bullpen has thrown 167 innings in 4 games. It's terrible.
It's not good.
Hey, people are voting already. Look at this. Jen Garrett way in the lead early on. But, hey, anything can happen. Johnny's in the house. What's going on? Hey, Crowbar's meeting with Felician tomorrow. That's if you ever get back. You're still in Orlando. If you need me to meet with them, let me know. Because, you're in Florida, where it's gorgeous and 80 degrees. God, I want to be in Florida so bad.
Really?
Just a little.
Because you had such a good time down south last time.
When was I down south last?
Virginia? When you're down in Virginia?
Oh, well, Virginia's not down south. Virginia's the Hicks. He's in Disney. You know, he's what do you do?
So he's getting fucking goofy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it was kind of funny. He took a picture. He posted a picture of himself and two other wrestlers. And they did a classic wrestling pose. One guy was on his knees with his fists up. Chris had his fist up, and they took a picture. And the cast members actually came up and said it was inappropriate and offensive. I told him he should have picked up Mickey Mouse, hit him with a body slam, and they should have took the boots to him. Just walk in front of the camera, Dave, like Paul does. I have a 15-second clip from last week with just the back of Paul's head standing in front of the camera. It's fantastic.
That's my best angle.
Well, just walk in front of the camera, he said.
Date night with his baby. Nice, Danielle. Where you going? Nice. You making a mistake? What's going on? You making a more corned beef? Come on, you can tell me, Danielle. Come on, it's fine. We all want to know. My fans have a right to know.
Yeah, we do.
We're pervs. I live vicariously through happy people. Jeez, all right. I got another story, I think. Where am I?
Don't forget, for your tire needs, go to Mavis.
Yeah, go to Mavis where they'll rip you off and they'll tell you your brakes need to be done and you need wheel alignments and you need shocks and you need to buy a coffin for your mother because that's what they do. They try and upcharge you because they're a bunch of scumbags.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
I held back on your show.
I know. But it's Mavis. Come on.
67 Franklin Turnpike in Mahwah, New Jersey. If you're driving by there, stop, go in, spit in the cashier's face, and punch the mechanic in his mouth.
Done.
And then walk out.
Done.
Because they're a bunch of lowlives, upcharging people, robbing people, and trying to tell people, and people think it's just normal business practices. That's not a normal business practice. That's ripping off the American public because they're scum. People like that should be run out of business. They don't deserve to have the business of the American public.
Yes.
Well, you're really treading.
On a positive note, when I go in there and spit on the cashier, they're going to think it's you, so it's okay.
That's fine. It's true.
Yeah.
Some people like that.
I'll tell you what, the cashier...
Some people pay extra for that.
The cashier, the second time I went back, was kind of cute.
So why would you want to spit in her face?
Why not?
Sometimes she likes that. And
I usually pay
extra.
I usually pay girls extra to spit in mine.
And you tell her, you're the spitting image of my ex-wife.
And she was just spitting image
What
of
am
my
I, married to
ex-wife.
Rachel Ray? I like to be spit on by hookers?
I would have threw her on Route 17. Danielle and Joe going to the ale house. Somebody's going to get drunk. Nice.
And somebody's going to get laid. Let's see who.
Probably not me. Oh, hey, look, Doug Max chiming in. Go nuts on why the babies don't play ball because of a few inches of snow.
Yeah, Doug, stop being a baby. Go out in the snow.
Doug, yeah. The Yankees didn't play ball because they're a bunch of homos.
Yeah, they're 4-2.
They're off to a slow start.
They're still a bunch of homos.
Stanton only has 3 home runs. It's,
Yeah, it's 3 home runs.
He only got 1 this month.
And Didi had batted 4 for 4 yesterday.
Well,
2 home runs, a double. And
that's because
He only had 8 RBIs.
That's because they gave the half-breed enough money to go buy that hapless team, the Marlins, so he could funnel all their good players up to the Yankees.
Oh, stop
They
it.
got 1 player. I mean, all the good players.
That is all their good players. To the Marlins, they stink.
We sent them Starlin Castro.
Their only other good player is dead.
Now
He
we
got
don't have a
killed in
second
boating
baseman.
accident. You don't need a second baseman.
Yeah, we do.
You got Stanton hitting 700 home runs. Judge is going to
That's
hit
not enough.
400. That's all you're going to hit all year.
Sanchez.
You have no pitching. Is Tanaka still in the league?
The starting ERA is under 2. What are you talking about?
The pitching has been great.
Look at
Oh,
him.
I'm sorry.
Who
We're
are
not
you
Philadelphia
playing?
Phillies fans on Facebook games.
Really?
You're right. You don't get your games on Facebook because nobody wants to watch you.
Nobody wants to watch Philly. That's why they could have put them on TV. They put them on Facebook.
They put the Mets on Facebook. The
Yeah,
Phillies
they
just
did.
happen
That's
to be
even
playing.
worse.
You know what Philly's known for? Their cream cheese.
They're cheesesteaks.
And the statue
Top
to all
that.
their living heroes like Rocky
Hey, Rocky's a better hero than anybody you have.
than anybody on the Eagles. I agree.
I agree, too. There's nobody good on the Eagles. I hate the Eagles.
I figured we'd find common ground there.
Doug Max asked me how I feel about Mavis. Hey, Doug Max, let me give you a piece of advice. You
You
weigh
should have
about...
went to Doug and have him be your mechanic.
I'm sorry, Dave. Am I talking over you?
Yes.
I'm yelling at Doug at the moment. I'm actually trying to give Doug some advice, Doug, you're on a show with Tom Mangelli. You weigh about 103 pounds. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Don't sit too close to him because if he gets hungry, he's going to eat you easily.
Like
he will snort you. He'll snort you up his nose like teenagers are snorting condoms.
Damn, you beat me to it.
That's like Laurel and Hardy.
What, sniffing condoms?
No,
They were
the two
sniffing
sizes.
condoms?
The two
Oh, okay.
sizes.
That's true. Zach Hudek in the house. Oh, we have a phone caller. Who's calling in? Somebody
It's
call.
Mavis.
I hope it's Mavis. You're on the air.
not
Is this Mavis?
No, it's Zach
Ed.
Hudak.
Who's on the air with
Ed.
me? I'm
This is
Ed.
Chris Ford.
Oh, Chris, what's going on, my brother?
Trapped in Orlando, but I figured you would love to hear about my mouse story.
I'm dying to hear about the mouse story because I would have beat that mouse to death.
Easter morning, all I want to do, work hard all year, want to get up, go to a nice breakfast with a few. It just worked out great that this year we had a few wrestling colleagues there, myself, my former tag team partner, Mike Moraldo, who used to be Ace
Starling, I
Ace
remember
Darling,
Mike well.
Danny Doring from ECW and Roadkill, his tag team partner. All we want to do is have a nice Easter breakfast. So we go to this place called the Tusker House. It's in the Animal Kingdom. And the characters come to each table. We all have kids. We're still crazy wrestlers, but we all have our normal families. We're there for, once again, to reiterate the point, we're there for a nice Easter leisurely vacation breakfast. So Mickey comes up, and we give the generic wrestling pose. That little, like the happy face with the fist that everybody does. Tito Santana made it famous for years. Nothing threatening whatsoever.
Right.
We all had smiles on our face. We all had a clenched fist, not with the mouse, but in front of us. And this guy, this hand job, his name was Jared, in an Indiana Jones hat, waves his finger at me, the come here motion, with the index finger. And he goes, that motion there was questionable and offensive. And if you do that again, we may need to ask you to leave this place.
I honestly would have punched that kid right in his face. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
He's the kind of kid who needs to be punched and slapped around. Okay.
Now I could see if we were making the fist on like Mickey's cheek or his nose or something. No, you saw the picture, correct?
Yeah. Everybody's
Happy
smiling.
picture, right? Really,
It's just
that's
a
feel-good
typical
moment.
right. It's a great picture. I love that.
Happy moment.
It's even funnier that Mike is just standing there with his arms at his side instead of having his fist up, and he's just got that big grin on his face.
And if you know me,
Yeah.
outside of the wrestling ring, there's not a more normal person
No.
on this planet. And all I wanted to do was have freaking Easter breakfast with my friends and my kids and my wife, and this guy got to hassle me.
Unbelievable. We should invite him to the next WrestleMania and then drag him in the ring and just go to work on him.
But you saw the picture. Nothing remotely questionable about that.
That's an awesome picture. I've seen wrestlers
And-
take that picture a million times. There's nothing
And the
threatening
title of-
about it.
And the title of that post, you saw it with the little tune marks, or the music quotes. And this is the world we live in.
Terrible.
Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Right there. Yep.
Just terrible.
I had Ajita.
I got Ajita reading that.
Yeah.
I was so upset when I read that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Somebody said something.
Yet, it's one of those situations where now it's a great story. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
Yeah, you can't make
And we'll be
stories
talking
like
about
that.
it forever now.
I would have told that kid to shut his mouth, go home, snort a condom because his daddy didn't show him how to use them, and leave me alone.
Once again, that's just me too. Like, you know me outside of the ring. You know what I mean? I get a little crazy in there. The economy's doing better, this and that. Don't want to cost some guy his job, but so I chalked it up to just being real annoying, getting Ajita, but now I got to vent it. I need something out of it. So now it's just good comedy now. You can't make it up. It's one of those things you can't make up. So although I didn't report him, and now I'm going to bury him any chance that I can on social media just because it's funny.
I guarantee you at the next Rescue Mania 2, at some point during the night, I will be referencing that. I'll be saying, at some point, I'll be telling someone that I'm going to have to ask them to leave.
For making a fist and smiling.
Yeah. Somebody's going to come out and smile like Gunner Trash will smile. And I'll be like, if you don't stop that, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Dude, all I wanted was Easter breakfast with my friends and family. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I wanted the picture with Mickey, Goofy, Minnie. They got Daisy there. Daisy doesn't show up at a lot of the sites. She's there. And this guy had to hassle me.
I'll tell you what, if he hassled me, I would have grabbed Daisy. I would have bent Daisy over, and I would have been making believe I was banging her from behind just to teach him some manners. I would have said, is this inappropriate? I'm not really sure. I need guidelines.
My God. Yeah, but that happened for real.
I thought that was supposed to be like a friendly place.
It really is until we show up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was real. I want to share that. On the side note, we're talking with Felician. Tomorrow we got some great booking ideas. A way to settle the vacant heavyweight title belt with the next event, whenever it is. And like we said before, there's several groups interested in doing Rescue Mania events. And I will say we are in the works right now. Next year, WrestleMania week, we will sell out at a huge venue in northern New Jersey. I guarantee it. I said it here.
Fantastic. I can't wait. Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal. I've talked to several different sponsors myself. Everybody wants in on Rescue Mania. Everyone heard how much how much it did, and it's just blowing up. Everybody wants their hands in on it.
You could wrestle the whole staff of Mavis.
I could.
That's it.
I'll tell you what.
Bring in Mavis.
Let me tell you. I'll team up with Mickey Mouse, and me and him will kick the shit out of the whole staff from Mavis.
Mavis.
Those sissy Marys at Mavis.
Like you said, though, man, it was just. I mean, Rutherford's a small town like Lyndhurst. Like you come from, everybody knows everybody else. Got a sensational response from the parents, not just because the action was good, but because the content was clean. But it wasn't boring, you know. In making the wrestling content clean and appropriate for all ages. We didn't skimp on the action or anything like that. So I mean, we look forward to what's to come. I think there's huge potential there, and it's a lot of the parents even said they brought their kids, and it was very nostalgic. You know, I was shooting for that late 80s, early 90s thing, and I think we did it. I really think we did it. You and Cheyenne were beyond phenomenal, and I think we hit a home run.
I'll tell you what, the kids couldn't have had a better time. They were all around the ring. You couldn't get them off the barrier. They were having so much fun. They were enjoying themselves, top to bottom. It was a great production. Your Hurricane Rana of Adam Payne off the top rope was just a phenomenal move.
Thank you so much.
It really was.
Great. It felt great.
Everything about the card was entertaining. It brought us back to old 80s and 90s wrestling. The way wrestling.
And I know he's not your favorite guy character-wise, Gunner Trash. DPW during the day, for years, delivered pizzas that night. He is Rutherford's Dusty Rhodes, and the people freaking love him.
They do, but let me tell you, the people of Rutherford aren't that bright. They'll even root for a garbage man.
Okay, it takes care of that.
You rooted for me.
Scratch Rutherford off the list.
But yeah.
But Rutherford got scratched off the list early.
Yeah. But we'll talk in private. We talk, so we got some really good ideas for the next show. It's going to be exciting, and in a second we have a date nailed down. I'll definitely let you guys know. Once again, like for your viewers that weren't there, you don't give yourself enough credit. You were awesome. You know, I always saw you as a Jesse the Body or like a Bobby Heenan, and you far exceeded it. You're awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I had a blast doing it.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
I got to go read some plugs.
I'll get back to your regular content.
Yes. Enjoy your flight home. Get home safe, brother.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Everybody, that was my main man, Crowbar, in the house talking Rescue Mania 2.
That was nice.
And it's going to be fun. I got a beautiful picture on my Twitter. I can't wait to see it, Zach.
Use soap.
I'll try. I had Joe Devereaux in the house. For some reason, Gene joined. He's right here in front of me. John Kushner, he made a good point while we were off the air. He specified that I was trimming down my viewers by putting Hodge on the screen. The Kush knows you well. Hey, my sister Kristen is in the house. What's going on there, Chris? Always good to see you. Hug the kids, give them kisses. Give my brother a noogie and a wedgie for me.
What you do with next WrestleMania? You wrestle the staff of Mavis, and you wrestle with no time limit. You wrestle until you're tired.
I'm tired already.
No, tired.
I'm exhausted now.
The rubber match.
Yes, I got that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna read the plugs yet once again, and then we're gonna get ourselves out of here. Kristen, you got here just in time for me to read the plugs and leave. You missed the whole rants. I was screaming and hollering at everybody. Mostly, and by the way, Chris, let my brother know, and you know yourself, don't ever go to Mavis Discount Tire at 67 Franklin Turnpike in Mahwah, New Jersey. They'll just rip you off because they're a bunch of low-life scumbags.
You give them a lot of free publicity. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, the free publicity. I won't want the publicity they're getting because my fans are going to go in there and burn their place to the ground.
Oh, there you go. Encourage that. That's a good idea.
Yes, I'm encouraging it because they shouldn't be in business. They don't deserve it. Lowlives, you rip people off like that. What kind of scum rips off the American working people? They're working hard for their money, and lowlives like you are ripping people off, trying to upkeep. There was some 70-year-old guy in there, could barely walk, could barely see, and they upcharged him, probably fucking told him they put brakes on his car, and they put an air freshener on the hood and drove it away, ripping a poor guy off because that's the kind of lowlives that run that place.
Now you know how I feel about politicians.
I hate politicians, every one of them. But I do love Josie's Pizzeria, 201-933-1966 at 228 Stuyvesant Ave, Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Go in there, get anything you want to eat, pizza, food, sandwiches, salads, pasta. It's all phenomenal.
It is.
And just tell them Ed from the Alpha Male Show sent you. And they'll probably upcharge you just like Mavis does. But the food is at least good.
It is very good.
Also, go to North Jersey Alliance FC on Facebook. Click on their webpage, buy some of your gear, or come out this Saturday. Lyndhurst Rec Center, 8:30 p.m. Watch them play another one of those communist teams. Like this week, they played the Ukraine. Also, go to AC Comedy Club, acjokes.com. Get yourself some tickets. Always great comedy going on there. Some of the best in the business today. Also, go to 2btbmusic.com for all your studio needs. I don't know where they're located, and Gene hasn't told me. So I'm just guessing it's somewhere in the continental United States.
They're in a van on Route 130.
That's fine. As long as you can get some good sound out of them, I'm all in. She didn't bother showing up because she told us to go bite our asses. But go to GiselleBella.com for all your jewelry needs and your little snow angel fluffy things that she makes. Also, Monday nights, 7 to 9, tune in to the Uncomfortably Funny Podcast, coming to you from Pet Cemetery Studios with Dave Hodjanowski, Anthony Ennis, and Shay Farrell. Not Farrell like Paul likes to call it.
He said it the right way, finally.
Well, Paul's been saying it wrong all this time. He keeps saying it the wrong way because he's usually eating during the segments.
Well, that's my segment.
Also tonight, very shortly after my show, check into Animal House Radio as we interview Michael Sweet today. I think it's Michael Sweet. Hopefully he brings a Bible with him. Also in studio, the very funny Mike Marino. Always good to see Mike. If he can find it here, most people can't. And all of this is brought to you from our friends at HamiltonRadio.net. And that's here, HamiltonRadio.net. Also, I want to shout out my buddy Jay Silfin, the Cyclone himself, has a new show on somewhere on cable. I'm not really sure, but check it out on Facebook. Wednesday nights, I think it's going on. He asked me to be on sometime in October, but I'm doing this show here, so I can't go there. Plus, the last time I was in Brooklyn, my car got towed, so I try to avoid Brooklyn. But that's about all we have. I have another story, but I will bring that to you next week when I have more time, because it is 7:59 and we are out of time, everyone. Always good to see you people. Love all of you. It's always great. And Gene isn't listening to me signing out of the show because he's having a conversation with Carlo. So I'll just keep talking about random, aimless things until he realizes that I'm trying to get off the show and he can actually play my closing music so I can shut the fuck up for 5 minutes. Everyone, always good, always a pleasure. Remember, vote hard, vote often, share, vote, win. Jen Garrett against Stacey and Diana for the finals. Winner gets the Alfie Award, $200 of gift cards, and a spot in my movie, Topless World. Everyone, see you next week.